Morning glory, America. Bonjour, hi, Canada. I'm Hugh Hewitt. Imagine a jukebox with only Imagine in it. That's Kamala Harris. The vice president sat down with Oprah Winfrey yesterday, and it is, if this doesn't disassociate voters who are already thinking about voting for her away from her, I don't know what will. Now, I know there are clearly people on the left who want a radical in the White House, and they do not care if a progressive wins who doesn't know anything and doesn't have any point of view. But my goodness, scorched earth with Kamala yesterday, just absolutely burning up straw men left and right and raging in inanity. Give a listen to this. Kamala Harris talking to Oprah Winfrey at a Unite for America event, cut number 35.
We love our country. I love our country. I know we all do. That's why everybody's here right now. We love our country. We take pride in the privilege of being American.
For a moment, if you're watching on the Salem News Channel, you're watching Oprah leaning forward. This is one of the world's two great communicators of the last 40 years. The only two people to build and maintain audiences of 20 million daily were Rush Limbaugh and Oprah Winfrey. So Oprah is a great communicator. And so she's a Democrat. She's still a great communicator. I give people their due. Oprah has a look on her face like, I cannot believe you don't have a thought in your head. Okay, back to the tape.
And this is a moment where we can and must come together as Americans, understanding we have so much more in common than what separates us. Let's come together with the character that we are so proud of about who we are, which is we are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being. Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism, is to fight for the ideals of who we are, which includes freedom to make decisions about your own body, freedom to be safe from gun violence, freedom to have access to the ballot box, freedom to be who you are and just be, to love who you love openly and with pride, freedom to just be. And that's who we are. We believe in all that. And so this is a moment where we stand knowing what we are fighting for. We're not fighting against. It's what we're fighting for.
Thank you. Thank you. Madam Vice President.
Thank you. Thank you for what? Thank you for what? Oprah, maybe for ending. Maybe Oprah was thinking, land the plane, land the plane. We have someone, and you can't see the stage manager, and they're holding up cards saying, cut, go to break. You know, often when I'm on Special Report, the producer comes on via the secret channel, like Dwayne, and says, 30 seconds in your ear. Right, you don't hear that because they got to go to break. And Oprah's sitting there, Oprah's dying. She's dying. This is so bad. Let's go to lower prices, word salad on aisle A, cut number 30.
We ended up giving up our apartment, moving in with our parents who were so gracious to take us in for over a year so that we could save money and ultimately buy a home, because that's what we thought the American dream was, to get married and buy a home and have a baby. And now here we are, and our mortgage is incredibly higher than what we thought it would be. And my sister and our brother-in-law are living with us right now so that they can hopefully one day do the same. And while it's beneficial for us because they help us pay off some of our mortgage, it's also beneficial for them because they can save on cheaper rent. But we really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Stop. I don't know how they pick their guests. This is a good question. And by the way, it's tough to buy your first house. I remember it well. I remember it well because you got that mortgage tab and you have a student loan tab in 1985 when the fetching Mr. Hewitt and I bought our first townhouse in Fairlington Village, I should tell. Fairlington Townie to be exact. We say Townie because it's spelled with an E. We always made a joke of it. And at 12.5% interest, it was hard. And now it's 6.5% interest for most people, and it's hard. It's not the 3% money that you had under Donald Trump. So she probably bought the house. I wish I could ask the questioner, did you buy the house when Donald Trump was president? That might explain it. Anyway, here's Kamala's answer.
First of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries. So
how are you going to do that? There is only one way to do that, which is to drill, baby, drill. Get natural gas and coal and oil out of the ground and convert it into energy, because lowering the cost of energy means increasing the production worldwide, including in the United States, quadrupling American production, if possible, means building nuclear power plants. The only way to drive down prices is to decrease the cost of production and transportation of those goods. Oh my gosh, this is horrific to listen to. Let's go to cut number 33. It's immigration.
When you become president, what would be your specific steps? Yeah, of course. What would be specific steps to strengthening the border?
So it's a wonderful and important question. You know, my background was as a prosecutor, and I was also...
Ding, 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 stop for one moment. We need to add a second cut to the jukebox. It's bad, so I guess it's going to be Imagine in MacArthur's Park. I've always thought MacArthur's Park was the worst single ever released, and Itchy Park is third. So if she comes up with a third bad single, it'll be Imagine MacArthur Park and Itchy Park. But right now we're on the MacArthur Park answer. Pick it up. Immigration.
Attorney General for 2 terms of a border state. So this is not a theoretical issue for me. This is something I've actually worked on. Okay. I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations.
Does that remind you of anything? Like listening to a top 40 show in the 70s. Maybe in the 60s. They play the same songs over and over again. Imagine MacArthur's Park and Itchy Park and maybe Wild Thing. It's so bad. I was a prosecutor, I was on the AG of a border state. Nothing responds to the fact the borders are and 10 million people came over. Keep going.
For the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I take very seriously the importance of having a secure border and ensuring the safety of the American people.
All right, stop. So many. Nantucket, Massachusetts, young girl raped by a illegal immigrant who came across the border and was not even a getaway. They didn't even know when they came in, but it's in the last year. One more quick cut, because I just find this hilarious. Cut number 32, Unite for America event with Oprah Winfrey Kamala.
I thought it was so powerful at the convention when you said you have guns. No, at the debate.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes.
Did you hear that? Play that again. This is Oprah says, I did not know that. And then Kamala says, if anyone breaks into my house, they're getting shot.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
No, the whole thing. Yes. Play the whole clip. The whole clip. Because this is
so
crazy.
Powerful at the convention when you said you have guns. No, at the debate.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes.
If somebody breaks into my house, they're getting shot. Kamala has Secret Service protection, all right? And I do not know what kind of gun she owns. I don't believe her that she knows where it is and can get to it. I don't believe she would ever shoot anybody. Don't know about Doug, the second gentleman. All I know is if you watch this whole thing and you still vote for Kamala Harris, You are an insensate being. You really have no thinking process. You're an emotional being. And I don't even think the emotional beings will vote for her. It was so bad. It is so cringe-inducing. It is absolute viewing for Republicans who need to make their weekend. Guardians are in the playoffs, by the way. Guardians are in the playoffs. Want you to know that. Go Guards. I'm Hugh Hewitt. Stay tuned.